While it's notable that the graduates avoid showing a school shooting or even giving a name to the shooter, what's left behind leaves you wanting more. To summarize the film, it has been a year since the school shooting rocked Lewis High School and 6 people died. Now, the graduating class that lost multiple friends are ending their high school experience, and some are dealing with survivor's guilt. One is Genevieve, whose boyfriend Tyler was one of the people killed and was the son of John, who was the high school's basketball coach. Genevieve is struggling due to having no one to talk to about Tyler and is making closing this chapter of her life quite difficult. We enter Ben, Tyler's best friend, who he connects with everyone since leaving Lewis High not too long after the school shooting. But whether Genevieve can find closure and comfort with Ben or will continue to struggle with her trauma requires seeing the movie to get an answer. In terms of content rating, The Graduates is not rated because it's still in the film festival circuit, and really outside of some cursing, drinking, and smoking, it's pretty inoffensive. So getting into the review section, the first highlight is that it doesn't show or recap the shooting. It doesn't tell us or show us who the shooter is. We don't hear bullets flying or even hear gunshots, not even in terms of the film potentially doing a flashback or having a moment where someone has a nightmare and they hear it. What The Graduates is purely about is the aftermath on survivors' psyches and them dealing with the feelings of potentially not deserving to be here, not deserving to be happy, alongside, in a few instances, showing the struggles of a parent trying to help their child process a kind of trauma which wasn't the norm when they were growing up. And by the way, all of this is done without dramatic monologues or anything beyond the truth of the experience. If anything, what you get is this kind of ball and chain type of sense when it comes to a lot of these people dealing with it, in terms of it's not something to keep them from moving forward, but it is something that is latched onto them for all time. The next highlight for us is Genevieve, who is not only a notable character, but thankfully the lead. And what we enjoy about her is that she takes it upon herself to keep it together and be there for others, even when it's very clear she needs a shoulder to cry on herself. And it makes her relationship with Ben especially interesting, since you can see part of the reason why she wants to re-engage with Ben is because she shares a trauma with him. And not only does she share a trauma with him in terms of the school shooting, but also a connection to a person who died. And with that, you can see she potentially feels like this could be the person whose shoulder she can cry on, who may perhaps allow some type of vulnerability, allow her to be less than perfect, and even be given grace and a sense of understanding, and maybe even rediscover what it means to be close to someone you love and it be something safe and secure. Yet, unfortunately, Ben either doesn't want to or isn't able to provide that for her. And it's heartbreaking as you expand the idea beyond Genevieve, because in some ways you can see Genevieve as a representative. She is one of many teenagers out there who have experienced a school shooting, and whether it's just it happened at this school or they lost someone, maybe even lost a boyfriend, girlfriend, or partner, this is what you see. You see someone who has the ability to be a regular, normal girl who rides her bike because she can't drive her mom's car, who likes to go to parties, likes to spend time with boys, maybe, and have some fun, and also feels like college is a deciding factor in the future. But at the same time, there's this whole extra weight on top of all that, and it just makes it hard to fathom. As you can see, it's hard to fathom for her mother. How does a person deal with all this and try to create a new normal that, unfortunately, because it's becoming so common for school shootings to happen, it is truly becoming a new normal, not just on an individual basis. For the on-offense topic, what we're very iffy about when it comes to The Graduates is that as a film that strips away the sensationalized part of what a lot of movies have in terms of showing the shooting, the shooter, digging into the reasons, and really expressing the trauma in a dramatic way, with that being absent here, this sometimes can feel a bit like a dull movie. Now, this isn't to discount the very touching and emotional parts, which include Ben leaving voicemails on Tyler's phone, Genevieve's desire to connect with Ben to have someone to talk to about Tyler, the guilt, and hoping there's reciprocity, or even Tyler's dad continuing to coach the basketball team in his son's honor, never mind listening to Ben's voicemails and others who contact his son. These are all touching, emotional, and notable moments, but I feel like when you're watching, it doesn't feel impactful. For as much as it's interesting to watch Ben and Genevieve get into some kind of relationship despite their shared connection to Tyler, never mind bring in some modicum level of development to Genevieve's mom as she tries to understand her daughter and what she's going through. It almost seems that as the film tries to figure out ways to fill in time and avoid having the school shooting shown, depicted, or even the sound of bullets fly, it's not sure what to put in that space and keep its audience engaged and interested. Overall, The Graduates is one of those films that should have been a singular focus on just one character with multiple supporting actors, but instead it's a pseudo ensemble, and with it that it weakens its impact and what could have made it great.